Erica, I heard that you wanted to speak with me.
I did, if you'll take a seat for me.
Sure.
How's your day going so far?
Pretty good. How's yours?
I can't complain. Getting ready for this winter storm that's coming in, trying to buckle down and buy that milk and bread.
Yeah.
So, it was brought to my attention that there was a concern about a particular phone call that happened a couple days ago. Does that kind of ring a bell with you? Do you remember this phone call at all?
I mean, I take a lot of phone calls. So.
Okay. So it was particularly a mother who was calling asking about vaccines and if they cause any type of side effects or autism or any abnormalities in children.
Okay.
And she gave a report back to the other manager and said that assistant was very rude and blatant with what she said and very set in her ways and did not want to give an explanation for my concerns.
Okay.
Does that make it a little bit more?
Yeah, I remember that conversation. I just don't think it's fair how people just have all these stupid questions about things like that. Vaccines have been around for years, and there's no proof that they cause autism, and I just think it's a little ridiculous when people call in with those accusations.
Okay, that's understandable. But I guess the important part is this was coming from a mom's perspective, and we have to be really careful about that, especially with being in a pediatric office. We have to understand that they're not only humans themselves and they don't have the medical background and education that you do, but they're also watching after these little humans that are either brand new, 4 weeks old, 6 months old, and it's a scary world and a scary time for them because they don't know if it is harmful, even though we know the evidence. Mm-hmm. It's our job to educate them on that evidence and not make them feel subjected or neglected or stupid, so to speak. That's a word we would really try to avoid if we could in a conversation. So what I would like to do for you, because we started an action plan with you about 4 months ago, dealing with some tardiness and clocking in at weird times and faking or smudging some clock-ins as well. We started an action plan with that to kind of check in and you saying hey to me when you come in so I know you're actually here. So that action plan is still in place. So on top of that, we're going to start a new action plan for you today with this.
Okay.
So what that means for this particular incident is with phone calls, the next couple of months, we'll say maybe in the next 2-3 months tops, I want someone to be sitting with you when you take phone calls. Not necessarily all phone calls, but if you think this phone call is going to get aggressive, or if you can even feel yourself kind of getting heated or overwhelmed, just ask the customer, can I, place you on hold, get someone to sit with you, maybe listen in on the phone conversation.
Okay.
So you can either have extra ears that can either defend or, what's the word I need to look for, either defend or confirm what you're saying, and or someone who can take over if you get to a point where you've just had it and you just can't handle that patient anymore. So that would be my action plan for you. I would like to see improvement in the next 3 months. If we cannot get there in 3 months, unfortunately, we may have to reevaluate your position here. You've been with us for 5 years. You're a great employee, but you have kind of slacked in the last couple of months, not only with phone calls, but documentation, letting vaccines kind of slide in NCIR, failing to, give educational lessons in the room about vaccines and sites and injections and things like that. So all of this in one kind of raises a flag for me, not only to be concerned for you, but concerned for our patients as well, because it's about their comfort and their care and their safety, but it's also about your safety as well. And I want you to grow, and I want you to feel comfortable, and I want to see you progress.
Okay.
I don't want to see you go back to where you were 4 months ago when we were having the same conversation. So that would be my recommendations. I don't know if you have anything you want to add, or if you have any concerns or questions for me, or if any clarification is needed at all.
No, I just think it's going to be kind of aggravating for someone to be sitting with me all the time, but I guess I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it will be aggravating. I hope that they don't have to sit with you for long. And again, not every phone call. If it's lab results or you're leaving a message, I trust you to do that by yourself. It's really only if it's a phone call that you know is going to get heated and escalate pretty quickly.
Okay.
And I trust you know you. I know you have a very strong and bold personality, and you're a leader by design, which is fantastic, but sometimes those leaders in us just like to take over, and it's our way or the highway, and we step foot and we hold our stance.
Okay.
So, but unfortunately, I think that's what we need to do in order to help you work here and stay an employee with us, okay?
Okay. I think that's fair.
Okay. Any questions for me at all?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, you can go back if you do have any questions. Door's always open if
Okay.
you want to come in, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Absolutely.